So creating engaging image text post on LinkedIn. Now, what I will say is everyone is looking for new ways of creating engaging content on LinkedIn. Now, there are many forms of content that you can create on LinkedIn. There are text posts. There are image text posts. There are just infograph posts, polls, slide documents or carousel posts, short form video, native LinkedIn video, LinkedIn Live, articles, newsletters, on and on and on and on. One of the biggest things that I see, and I know my wife Nancy would agree, is that inconsistency of creating content on LinkedIn. I've talked about this before, that only 3% of the accounts on LinkedIn are creating at least one piece of content per week. So what I wanted to do today for you in this training, in this episode, is break down the construct of how to create an engaging image text post on LinkedIn. Now, before I dive into today's topic, I've actually created something called the LinkedIn Scorecard Assessment. This is a 2-minute assessment that basically anyone can take that asks LinkedIn specific related questions to your marketing, your branding, your lead gen, your sales, your profile, about where you do and do not need help. And what this then does is it spits out a report that basically shows you the areas of concentration that you need to focus on in order to move your business forward using LinkedIn. So if you're watching on social, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn, just type the word scorecard in the comments and I will send you the link to take the scorecard assessment. If you're listening on the podcast, easy. All you have to do is go to the description of this episode, click the link that says, take my LinkedIn scorecard assessment, take it, 2 minutes, done, and it's that easy. So how do we create engaging image text post on LinkedIn? Well, the first thing you do, obviously this may seem very elementary, but choose an image to share. Now you may be thinking, all right, what image do I share? Now you have a couple different choices. You can share a personal photo of yourself, like a personal branded photo from a photo shoot. You can have an infograph, so something that maybe you create on Canva. It could be an AI generated picture that you've maybe created on ChatGPT. Anything you want. It just has to relate to the content. So by personal photos, I don't mean pictures of you and your family, your pets, this, that, or the other. It should be a personal, branded, professional photo of yourself. Now, once you select the photo that you want to use and you upload it to LinkedIn, you're going to then create a scroll stopping title. So you want to create a title that when someone is scrolling through their LinkedIn newsfeed, makes them stop. Huge new update to LinkedIn, right? Something that you need to know to grow your business right now. So something that's going to literally stop their scroll. So maybe for me, it's saying something along the lines of 3 important updates to your LinkedIn profile you need to know. So the person is going to, see maybe a picture of me. It could be a little infographic that goes along with it. It could be a tile that I create on Canva, and then obviously the title. Now, after you choose your image to share, you have your scroll stopping title. You're then going to write 3 to 5 sentences about this topic that positions you as the subject matter expert. So why should the people that are reading this post care, and how can they determine that you are the subject matter expert? So going off of my example, using, 3 important updates to your LinkedIn profile. So I would then write a couple sentences saying LinkedIn is constantly updating the ability we have to make edits to our profile. And there are 3 specific things that I have taken full advantage of that has helped with my visibility, that has helped with my reach, and it's helped with my lead generation that you all should too. So now I've given that little hook in the title, but now what I've also done is I've positioned myself as the subject matter expert, basically letting the viewers and the readers know, hey, I've done this. It's worked for me. You should do it too. Then what you're going to be doing is that you're going to take that information, and if it's the 3 tips, I'm going to then give 3 tangible tips or takeaways. So here are the 3 updates you need to know about your LinkedIn profile. Number 1 is this, and then apply it this way. Number 2 is this, apply it this way. Number 3 is this, apply it this way. So you have your title, you have the description of a couple sentences that links to you as a subject matter expert, and now you're giving those little tangible tips and takeaways of what the reader can now do after reading the post, right? So you have your image, you have your scroll stopping title, you have your 3 to 5 sentences that positions you as the subject matter expert, and now you have your 3 tangible tips and takeaways. After you're done doing that, you want to round out your post with a call to action to create engagement. I can't tell you how many times people ask me, Scott, how do you get people to comment on your posts? Or how do people end up commenting on your posts? It's very simple. I've asked them to. You have to ASK to GET. You have to ask in order to get. So if I want someone to engage in the comments, I will finish out that post by saying, which of the 3 tips did you find most helpful? ? Comment below, ... So telling the reader, hey, I want to hear from you. Which one of these 3 tips was most impactful for you? Let me know in the comments. So as an example, if someone says, I found tip number 2 most helpful, thank you. Now, something I've talked about before, I'm going to engage that person's comment. So I'm going to like it or love it or support it. I'm going to acknowledge them, thanks for commenting and letting me know what you found most helpful. And I will finish that up with a question. I will engage, right? Acknowledge, and then I will ask a question. What specifically did you find most helpful? And they will then obviously reply back, verbalize that, and now you can start conversations. So remember, when you're asking people to comment, they're going to comment something, but remember to engage their comment. Remember to acknowledge them in a reply by tagging them, hitting just the reply button. It'll tag them automatically. And then ask at the end of it for deeper context, additional information to further the conversation. So call to action to create the engagement. The final thing you're going to do is you are going to finish with 3 topic related hashtags. So LinkedIn has talked about this, that they really, they push out content, but they also like people using specific hashtags, because for people that don't know this, and you can do this test on your own, go to any post that you see on LinkedIn that has a hashtag and click on it. Every hashtag used on LinkedIn has its own content feed. And within that content feed, it has people that actually follow those hashtags. So what LinkedIn does, it will first prioritize content in the newsfeed based on hashtags that people follow. Some people will actually create their own branded hashtags, and they'll say, follow my hashtag, hashtag Scott's LinkedIn tips, right? I typically just kind of keep it very, very foundational. I finish with 3 topic related hashtags that directly relate to the post. So I would do hashtag LinkedIn, hashtag LinkedIn profile update, hashtag LinkedIn tips. That's simple. So 2 is too few, 4 is too many, 3 is perfect. So that's the basic construct of an engaging image text post on LinkedIn. So remember, You choose the image to share. So it could be a photo of you, it could be an image that you create on Canva, it could be a template post, in the sense of it could just be basically something you create that has just bold writing that's going to be talking about something in the text part of it. It could be an infograph. Then you're going to create a scroll stopping title, 3 to 5 sentences that then position you as the subject matter expert, giving 3 tangible tips and takeaways that relate to that call to action to create engagement, asking people what they took away most, and then finish with your 3 topic related hashtags. Now, as a quick reminder, if you would like to take my LinkedIn scorecard assessment to just see what you may need help with on LinkedIn, so understanding the marketing aspect, the SEO aspect, profile, connecting, messaging, content, all of those things. If you're on social, just type the word scorecard in the comments and I'll send you the link so you can take the assessment. If you're listening on the podcast, go to the description. You can click the link right there. It takes 2 minutes. You'll have the output and you'll have a clear path of what you need to do. So I hope you found today's episode and training helpful. Love and gratitude, and I'll talk to you next time.